Alright, so you guys basically, we'll get started. Sorry for the delay, guys. I had to get into my email, so you guys thwarted Gharash plans. You sealed the Orcus portal, got lots of riches. I think everybody had about 3,000 gold apiece. Several weeks have passed since then, and you spent several days of these last several weeks getting a little bit of R&R in the town of Fallcrest, in Winterhaven. Keep it the Shadowfell like it's on the map. It's a very short distance. It's just a few hours travel from Winterhaven. So when you get back to Winterhaven, and you were there for a couple days, you felt that you were kind of getting the cold shoulder. So after you've gotten your a little bit of R&R, you had some unfinished business that you had to take care of with multiple people, and Lormar ran into Marla at the temple of Pelor, and Marla basically informed Lormar that she was right, because she's the crazy religious lady, and that that's what he was calling her as well, if I'm not mistaken. Also, remember your friend Hex from about a month ago, and remember Hex's mentor, Dalvin Stiles. I remember he was kidnapped. He was at a expedition site, basically trying to find bones and other riches. Well, you knew that he was kidnapped, but Hex really, and the party, never did anything to find him. Unfortunately for him, and unfortunately for his family, they were notified about a week later that his corpse was found decapitated. So his wife, you guys ran into the party. Yeah, it sucks, but So she ran into the party. She asked you where Hex was. You alerted her that, you informed her that Hex had died, and she was definitely mad, but she was actually really happy. She actually was rejoicing that Hex was killed, because she actually blames the death on Hex, and she actually kind of put a little bit of the burden on you guys as well. And it's like she was telling you that Dalvin took him in, because he was an unusual drow, and drows usually aren't a frequent visitor of Winterhaven, but Dalvin took him in anyway, put him under his wing, and it was all take with Hex,
and never allergic to acid.
Yeah, and never give anything back. So she's actually happy about that. Dirt, you had a little bit of a loose end that you had to take care of. Remember a guy named Parl Cranewing? Remember him by chance?
Yep. That's the guy I made the map for.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, you finished that map for him. He was actually quite delighted that you actually gave him a complete map of the lower southern region of the Cairngorm Peaks with the keep and all the ruins, and he was actually really happy about that, and thus that is part of the 3,000 gold that you had acquired, and the EXP bonus as well. Now, last but not least, you guys visited Lord Padrig. Well, Lord Warden Padrig. He actually wasn't too happy, and he was quite upfront about that, because the whole intention for you to go to Winterhaven was to take care of a kobold problem that was basically originated in Fallcrest when you slayed, I think it was Therax the White Dragon. Well, you had found out about a goblin and orc invasion that was going to take place with a two-prong attack against Fallcrest and Winterhaven simultaneously. Well, you guys got to Winterhaven and just totally ignored that after you had talked to Lord Padraig. Well, he had to go into the coffers, and he had to actually pay a band of mercenaries from the Cairngorm Peaks to take care of this kobold problem. So there he gave you nothing, and so that's basically the reason why you're feeling the cold shoulder from Winterhaven. You guys kind of dropped the ball. I'm gonna be up front. You guys kind of dropped the ball on certain things. Now, after a couple days of this, you guys said to hell with this and basically left, and you wanted to go back to Fallcrest, where, you know, it was a place more familiar with you, and so you make the couple-day journey back. You have no encounters. I mean, a couple kobolds, but nothing much. In fact, the kobolds just try to sell you things, and you just basically push them off. They go back to the kobold hall, and then they realize it was you guys, and then they really stopped messing with you because you already wiped them out once. So you get back to Fallcrest, all right, and Lord Warden Marklehay, he welcomes you back. Actually, the whole town welcomed you back. And they're separate from Winterhaven. They don't care what happens in Winterhaven. They don't even know what happens in Winterhaven. So you guys get a little bit more rest, relaxation. You're able to, get some training in, because you had not been there for several months. So everyone trains. Y'all become more proficient in skill for your job. And so you find out that from the Lord Warden that there's actually a problem that they had about 5 to 10 days prior to when you got back to Fallcrest. And there was actually a dragonborn named Gharash Vren. And Gharash, he actually was a fugitive that had been caught, and there was a lot of conspiracy with Fallcrest and both Harkenwald as well, down to the south and to the east, for a lot of orc and dragonborn attacks. And after, several years of trying to find this Gharash Vren, I'm sorry, they catched him. Well, they caught him. Well, his guys broke him out. Now, I need you to do a couple things. That's about all of the information that you know. He was just basically a wanted fugitive. You guys were, back in Fallcrest, kind of home sweet home. Now, I know you guys had wanted to do some things, and I really didn't hear anything from anyone except for Talendros on items and whatnot. Talendros got, had a couple things taken care of, but I basically converted all of your guys' gold to platinum, so it kind of gets rid of all of the weight. And you took care of that when you were in Fallcrest, so I just went ahead and I took care of that for you. Now, you guys are not basically what happens was, I'm just going to be upfront with you, Orvaldir. You had done some reconnaissance with a couple of your contacts that you usually have in Fallcrest, and you found out that Gharash was heading north, and he was actually going to flee the Vale. He wanted to leave the Vale. Supposedly there's some newly discovered land named Faerun, and this land of Faerun is far to the north. But to get there, you have to go across this massive sea, and that's where Gharash is wanting to go, and he's going due north, right up the Winter River, through the Winterbowl Forest, into this large body of water, into the new land. Well, you guys took off to intercept him. Now, there's a large reward for you if you bring back. You can either bring back the head of this guy, you can actually bring him back alive, or you can bring him back dead. It's all worth the same. But if you bring him back alive, Lord Warden, Paladrin said he would compensate you a little bit more for that. So I need to do just a few things real quick, and then we'll continue. I'm doing a couple of things with handouts right now, guys. So. And also I'm going to be sending tells as well for like perception stuff and everything else. So if it's quiet, always make sure that you're checking your tells, because I've been sending a lot of tells lately, and that's what I'm doing right now as well.
How are you sending us tells, Dave?
/W space your name space the message.
Oh, it'll pop up
Roll
in
20.
my thing.
Yeah, you'll
okay.
hear it if you get a message. So I'm not sending everyone messages, but
okay.
certain people, persons, or a person will be getting a message now. So, and so you guys make the trip. You travel up the Winter River as well. You get a ride with a halfling named Skippy, and Skippy gives you a ride up to the Winterball Forest. And all Skippy talks about is being part of this new up-and-coming gang that's in Fallcrest. And they call themselves the River Rats. And Skippy's just so happy that he was a new member in this group. You know, he tells you that they're into a little bit of thuggery and trying to, poach as much money as they can from the lower quarter and the upper quarter, and they're trying to also, do a little bit on the river as well. He knows you guys are adventurers. He's heard of you guys, and he asks to come along, but you guys reluctantly tell him no. So you get to the forest. And when you get to the forest, you basically follow the directions of where I'll back up just for a few seconds. You had, like I was saying, Orvaldir, you had gotten in contact with your street, with your street contacts of Fallcrest, and they had told you that Gharash was heading north. Well, they gave you the directions. You paid them off. That's already been taken care of. So there's a couple favors that you now owe contacts in Fallcrest, because Lord Padraig, he had no clue where Gharash was going. And you didn't even tell him that you were going to the forest. You didn't tell him that you were going north to the Winterball Forest. You basically just told him that you were heading out to, you think you might have had a location for him, and you guys set out. Well, you guys had some complications, and you had to actually get in good over several days with the local Neanderthal tribes. There's a couple primitive Neanderthal tribes out there, and there's not a lot of new, a lot of new faces that are in the Winterball Forest, because the Winterball Forest has a reputation of being mystical and magical, and a lot of the times cursed. So these Neanderthals, which you're able to keep good communications with them, and they speak common, surprisingly for Neanderthals. So you find out that there was actually quite a bit of them. There was about 40 to 50 of these guys, and I guess they were starting to rough up one of the other Neanderthal tribes that are not in with the tribe that you were getting your information from, and you gave him some gifts, you gave him some money, you gave him some supplies, and that's why they took you in. So they give you this information on the northern direction that they're on, and this forest is so dense. It's some parts it's like a jungle. So you're on the trail of this guy, and you get to a clearing. And this is where we're at. So I'm going to move you guys over to a new map. You guys are all caught up. I hope you guys were taking a little bit of notes, or you guys can watch the video again. But that's what happened back in Winterhaven. Not trying to sound mean or anything, but you know, the ball was dropped on several things in Winterhaven, and that's why you guys basically made the journey back to Fallcrest. Now I'm gonna move you guys over to another map real quick. All right.
Thanks, Dirt.
Yeah, thanks, Dirt. You jerk. All right. So you guys are coming up from the south. And Dirt, you can turn your aura off as well. You should be able to control Lormar as well, Warren.
Yep.
All right. Now this is actually a pretty big map. Oh, this is nothing. You just wait. Dirt, did you see your tail, by the way?
Yep.
Everybody else
Sure
see their
did.
tails as well? Good. Alright, so when you guys reach this clearing, this is actually a very dense part of the forest. And this forest suddenly parts to reveal this large clearing that you're currently in. Seems to be about 50 to 100 feet wide. You also notice that there's a small tumble of rocks near the center of the clearing with some logs. There's just something about this clearing that doesn't feel right. It's as though the sounds of the forest refuse to enter the clearing, and the air around you feels strange and tingly. So what do you guys want to do? I'm going to give you guys basically one round to do whatever you would like to do. And I'll let you guys kind of go in any order that you want. I'm not worried about it.
As we started to come into the this clearing, Dave, I stopped, and I just got like this cold, weird feeling in my body, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I look at the guys, and I say, "Hey guys, hold on a second. Really weird, like a deja vu." Back when we were in Fallcrest, I didn't really want to tell you guys about this because I didn't want to bother you. Plus, you know, it didn't really have any meaning to me at the time. But at nighttime, I was sleeping. I was having these really weird dreams. And in the dreams, we were in this forest, and there were all these fruit trees around. And there was this giant log in the middle of the clearing, right? Just the way kind of like this looks exactly. And I kept hearing these weird whispering words that just kept repeating and repeating. I'm trying to think what the name was. Something like Arvacos. Arvacos. It's really weird, but this is reminding me of it 100%, that dream I had. Yeah.
Do I recognize these words at all, Dave?
Your mic's muted.
You can give me a history check.
Okay.
Also, if the moderators in the channel could also help me spam tonight's raffle as well.
Holy crap, wow.
I would totally appreciate it. You can't seem to remember anything about the name that Dirt is saying. Dirt, what name are you saying again? Dirt?
He went mute.
Hold on, Dave. I'm looking. Dang it. Oh, takes me a second.
It's Karavakos. You should hear Dirt butcher this name.
Caravaccus. Caravaccus.
That's pretty good. It's Caravicus.
Caravacus.
Caravicus.
That's why I didn't get it.
K-A-R-A-V-A-K-O-S. Caravicus.
The person in my dream that was saying the name had this weird accent. Problem was.
There you go. I put it in Roll20 chat. The raffle for tonight is Devon Knight token pack. There you go, guys. High bidder is Marvin Sibbert 75.
No, I don't recall. Don't know what this is.
I put Darwalder's name in chat just in case. Also, again.
Thank you, May.
I like it.
Spelled in English.
DJ Beast 35, thank you for the follow. Bread and Butter, thank you for the follow. Traveling Soul 316, thank you for the follow. Owix, thank you for the follow. Putri 28, thank you for the follow. And Levymote, thank you for the follows. Thanks, guys. It's a lot of follows right off the bat. Thank you.
Talandros did a religious check there, Dave. Is that what you did?
Sure.
Actually,
I didn't
Dave,
recognize it.
after I tell them my little story, I'm gonna wander up into the just into the beginning of the clearing where
Okay.
it starts.
Go ahead, you guys get 1 round worth of movement and everything else. Oh, there you go. Your token's the right size now, Dirt.
You tiny little guy.
I know. I still haven't gotten to that.
Tiny little Bobby Dirt.
Too many things going on, Vay. Too many things going on, and I know you've offered.
I'm
I
not saying
know.
anything.
I know. You were just gonna slap the shit out of me. I know.
You're so stubborn.
I am pretty stubborn. Because I got too many tokens that need resizing, babe. That's why I don't do it. Because I'll be like, I'll send you like 10 or 20 of them, and then I'll be like, oh shit, babe, I got a couple more too as well.
Dave, I think Lormar would like to do a religion check, being a cleric.
Okay. But Talandros, you can't seem to remember anything about Caravicus, not only in Fallcrest, but in this region as well.
Okay.
I'd like to do something.
Oh, what would you like to do, Vay? And go ahead with your religion check as well, Warhawk.
Yeah, I had to get things set up here.
Take your time, man. No rush. We got all night. Or until I run out of content for the night. Which... So you rolled a 20, you dropped the 20, and then you added it. You are crazy, sir.
So 13 plus 8.
Yeah, you got a 21. You don't remember any kind... all of your studies in the temples and everything, you don't remember anything about a Caravicus. It just doesn't ring a bell. Not for anything, you know, religious. Any kind of religious iconage or history. Nothing.
So
Anyone
would
else?
these
Movements, anything?
forests give me concealment?
Sure, the force would give you concealment.